Thank you. I got special permission to stand up. Yes, you have to get permission from Kathy for everything you do. So, thank you to all of you who are here. You are readers and writers, but particularly the readers. Without you, I'd have to keep a day job. And I proved last night that waiting tables is not a good one for me. I forgot forks and bread and things like that. But, so there's this new book. This is number 14. Neil, thank you. I have plans throughout the audience. I'm going to make meaningful eye contact with them. There's Carol down there. Gotcha, I'm spotting. So, and there's Marshall, who will sing to us tonight. Chris, thank you. So this idea, this book, you know, Norman Mailer said a man in motion has got a chance, and I'm looking out here and seeing a lot of women, and he must have meant women too, but he said a man in motion has got a chance, and he stayed in motion. He won a couple of Pulitzer Prizes and National Book Awards, so he stayed in motion. But the thing is, you know, for staying in motion, what happens is sometimes life gives you a good surprise. I mean, sometimes it's not such a good surprise, but sometimes it's a good surprise, and if you're in motion, that kind of thing can happen to you. Who was saying that to me earlier? Raise your hand. Where are you? Somebody was talking about that, and they gave me this idea too. So we think we go to the grocery store to get a carton of milk. But matter of fact, we go to the grocery store to run into you. Haven't seen you in 20 years. So you know that happens. You know, you think you're on your way to one thing and something else kind of surprises you. So I thought I was on my way to Brookhaven, Mississippi to talk to a group of women, the Century Club, where you have to die. Somebody has to die before a new member can come in. I see people nodding. I thought I was on my way to Brookhaven, Mississippi, but in fact I was on my way to Jackson, Mississippi to have a flat on my Subaru. Because when I had the flat on my Subaru, the tire store said, we don't have a replacement. We can have one in the morning. And I said, I'll take it. Where am I going to stay? So I called my buddy John Evans, who owns Lemuria bookstore there, and asked John if I could stay the night while waiting for a tire. He said, sure. So that, when he closed the bookstore, how many have been to Lemuria bookstore? Yes, it's a good one. There was a time when John Evans was known as the Don of the Dixie Literary Mafia. So go to his bookstore if you get a chance. But, so there I was, and when he locked the door, he said, let's go to the Bulldog Grill and get a cheeseburger. And so I said, sure, that's a good thing to do. And in that noisy room, over the racket, from the tables and such, John says, what are you working on? And I said, I leaned over and I said, I'm working on a memoir called 40 Hats, the Day Jobs in a Writer's Life. Well, John missed the part about that it was a memoir. And he said, man, that's a good idea. In fact, he said, that's a damn good idea. He said, now can you put some dead writers in there? I was trying to catch up with where he was, thinking that I'm still alive and I've got my nitroglycerin in my pocket. But he said, because I think it would be great if Richard Holworth, mayor of Oxford, Mississippi, two-time mayor of Oxford, Mississippi, would write about Larry Brown before Larry Brown was the $1 million author, when Larry Brown was the ex-Marine and fire chief. He said that would be great. I didn't hear another word John Evans said. You don't have to tell me 2 times for a good idea, you know, to hear it. I thought, wow, that's a lot better idea than me writing about my day job. So, you know, Sonny Brewer. But everybody knows Pat Conroy, even if he's not here. But he's in town. He'll be here a little bit later. So he was on his way to be on this panel with us, but lost his glasses and went back to the hotel to get them. So everybody knows Pat Conroy, and I'll call Pat Conroy, and I'll call, Connie Mae Fowler. How many of you know her work? Yeah, because I had heard that Connie Mae planted some houses up in Seattle, that she was allergic to the horsehair plaster, but she needed the work, and she kept the job even though her face was red and swollen. She could hardly breathe by the first break, but she kept the job. I'll call Connie Mae. I'll talk to William Gate. I'll get William Gate to write about hanging sheetrock in the hills of Tennessee. He never went to a single writing class. He hardly graduated from high school. But he is a man who's writing in obscurity in the hills of Tennessee. And Stephen King said he's an American treasure, laboring in obscurity. But I would get William Gate to write, so, you know, would he write about hanging sheetrock and so forth and so on. And it was reasonably easy to do. We crash published this book. Who knows what crash publishing a book means? From the idea in late October to the book was about 9 months. That's really fast. And the only way it could happen was, so I just opened this cell phone on Friday morning while they were putting that tire on my car, and I went down the list, and so I came to,